Okay, all the bolts are out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and slide this thing out of here. And it's really rusty. Ooh. Oh, in my face. Good thing I have my glasses on. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Mike here once again. I appreciate you being here. And some of you might be looking and saying, what in the world is he holding on to? And some of you might know exactly what this is. And what it actually is called a backbone. It's actually from DDMWorks, and what this actually does is it provides a brace for the entire underside of the car to keep that twisting motion from happening when going around bends. It goes right down through where the drive shaft well is, and for the Sky and the Solstice it actually goes up underneath the exhaust system. So the best way to do it is actually to take off the exhaust system. It's much easier to get this out of here. But I have something coming up next week, and I don't want to really get into all of that, just in case I run into troubles. Then I'm going to be changing the exhaust system out sometime in the future anyway. But for now, I just really have time to try to get this thing installed and ready to go for a run that I have going on next week. So I'm going to go ahead and put my car up on some ramps and see if I can squeeze under there and get this thing installed. 4 ramps, and I'm going to go ahead and scooch underneath there and kind of assess what I got and what I have to take apart. Alright, so looking at the other side, you can see here's the muffler here, and we have some hangers on the rubber pieces there, and there's actually some more down there as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and loosen these hangers from these rubber pieces, try to go ahead and lower the exhaust a bit, and hopefully that'll give me some space so I can get that factory backbone off of there, which is really thin, and then go ahead and install the new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spray these with some WD-40, kind of loosen them up a little bit, and hopefully be able to get them out. Okay, I hit them with some WD-40, and I'm going to go ahead and use some channel locks here and see if I can get them to come off these hangers. There's one there, and hopefully I'm not blocking the camera, but let's see, I get this one as well without having the exhaust or the muffler fall on my head. And there we go. Okay, those two are loose. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. And that one's off. So I went ahead and actually put a jack stand underneath the exhaust here, just to kind of hold it in place, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But it did definitely lower it from the backbone, so hopefully I'll have enough room to easily get out of there, or get under there, loosen those bolts, and put the new DDMWorks in its place. Try to go ahead and loosen these. I got an impact driver I'm going to use on some of these, and supposedly they also use Loctite whenever they put this thing on, so I'm sure some of them are going to be difficult. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and unbolt these. Hopefully it ends up being kind of easy. And putting the other one back in, I actually purchased the extra bolts, or the optional added bolts that DDMWorks provides, and hopefully that's going to make it easier to put it in as well. So let me go ahead and get these bolts out of here. Alright, the impact driver did not work, so now I got my socket wrench and my attitude adjuster right here. These bolts are no match to my attitude adjuster. Of course, it has to be one that's going to be difficult. All right, there we go. Okay, all the bolts are out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and slide this thing out of here. And it's really rusty. Ooh. Oh, in my face. Good thing I got my glasses on. Alright, there we go. And there's the drive shaft. But we are all open up and it's out of there. Alright, just for fun, let's go ahead and take a look at the difference between the stock General Motors backbone that they put in there, which is probably, oh, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch. Oh, here comes the wind. Hopefully you can hear me. 1/16 of an inch or so, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick piece of metal. Pretty flimsy. And let's take a look at the DDM ones, much heavier and obviously much thicker. It's the middle one that they actually sell. I believe they sell a 1/4 inch one, a 1/2 inch one, and one in the middle, which was either 5/8 or 7/8. I can't remember. But anyway, I got the middle one, so it's much beefier, much heavier, which is going to be real fun to install back in there. But I think it looks good, and it's amazing the difference between the two. And hopefully, this is going to help me going around the bends and keep my car from twisting. So let me go ahead and get started with installing this one. Alright, looks like I'm ready to go ahead and install the new DDMWorks Backbone. If you ever want to see what our drive shaft looks like, there it is. Not that exciting. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use the bolts that I purchased from DDMWorks. I did get some new ones. I think it was an extra $6 or something like that. Well worth it. And I'm going to go ahead and put some Loctite on the bolts as well before I screw them in. So let me go ahead and see if I can get this camera positioned and start doing the installation. As you can see, there's not much room to work under here. The key is once I get the first one on, the first bolt on, then at least it'll be held up. Alright, this one's quite a bit heavier. Alright, first one is in. Thankfully that'll hold the whole thing up. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of them on. Okay, so we are all bolted in. We are done with the installation of this backbone. Looking forward to going out and doing a first drive with it, going around some of the bends and see how much solid the car feels doing that. So the only thing I have to do now is put the muffler back up on its hangers, and I will be good to go. All right, I have the muffler all tucked back up in there on its rubber hangers. The backbone is installed, and I am done with this mod. So that pretty much wraps up this video. As you can see, adding a backbone to the Sky or the Solstice, it's really not that difficult of a job to do. Probably the hardest part was squeezing underneath there and making room to get that old one out and put the new one back in. But if I had this up on a lift, I could probably have this done in, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour. So if you like this video, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell. Little bell actually will notify you anytime I come out with new videos, which I plan on doing a bunch of stuff in the future, so you're going to want to see those. Hit that like button as well, and if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please post them below in the comment section.